Welcome to the third episode of Culture Shocks or Rocks, the show where we look at cultures that shock and cultures that really, really rock. My biggest challenge moving and living in Germany is making friends. In fact, according to me, personally, making friends in Germany is extremely difficult. It's very difficult, especially because I come from a country where it's not so difficult, South Africa. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. First of all, why it's difficult? I guess it's difficult to make friends in Germany because Germans are very, very closed people. They are very people that are concerned about themselves and their circle. Not really so much concerned about other people that they do not know, people that they do not relate to. They're more closed people, more reserved people, and I think that's the biggest reason why it's like that. And then let me share my personal experience. So my personal experience is I make friends in Germany. Well, I try to make friends in Germany the way I would do it in South Africa, which is see a person at the mall, at the shop, in the street, walk directly to that person and say, hello. Yes, you. How are you doing? I'm interested in getting to know you. Can we exchange Instagram? Can we exchange numbers? Obviously, you don't go that direct. You start a conversation a little bit, talk a bit, and then only later you tap into conversations of exchanging numbers. That's how I would do it in Germany. So first challenge is me going to the person, going directly to a person. First, they become shocked. That's the first challenge. It's the first experience, or the first things that happen as soon as I get to a person and I say hello, is always a little bit hesitant. Why? Because it's not common. In fact, it's weird in Germany for strangers to go to people that they do not know and to just have a random conversation and to just talk. It's not common here. It's not a thing that happens every day. It's not a thing that people are used to, talking to people that you do not know and having small talk and things like that. They don't do small talk here. So that's the first thing. They become often shocked. And then sometimes after a while we're talking, they become a bit more loose. They loosen up a bit and they become more open. Sometimes we get into really, really great conversations. We really get to know one another and it becomes really fun. And sometimes we might even exchange Instagram or Facebook or whatever. But then the real question comes when after we exchange numbers, what happens? Because often we exchange Instagram or whatever and nothing happens after that. We don't meet up again, we don't call one another, we don't text, we don't get a relationship, we don't build a relationship after that. It's often a one-day thing. Sometimes there's some people that I text with or I texted with, but I personally felt that I was putting in so much effort, too much effort into texting them and trying to build a relationship, but I felt like these people are genuinely just not interested. So that's just I guess how it was with me. And then also my biggest fear at the moment is that I'm starting to become that way. In the beginning, when I went to the shop, or supermarket, or post office, whatever, or the bus, I'd greet the bus driver. I would talk to the people that are serving me, maybe at the counters, or McDonald's, ask them, yo, wie geht es dir? How you doing? How's your day going? Just random conversations. But now, I'm just straight-faced, like a typical German. I'm very straight-faced. Walk straight to the shop, walk straight home, talk to no one, say hi to no one, smile to no one. That's who I'm starting to become. And honestly, I do not want to become that person, because I am not that person. And I've noticed that a lot of people that come from other countries that are more open, like South Africa, India, America, when they come here, they start to become like that as well. That's something I've noticed, and it's kind of sad, actually, if I may say. Yeah, that's just how it is. So I think tips that I can give, that I've noticed, that I've heard, because I've had these conversations quite a lot with people, is that it's easier to make friends with a German if you know someone that knows someone. So you have a friend, or have a colleague or someone, and then you get into know other people through that person. It's a bit easier because you get into the circle through someone. It's not like you are alone and you are tapping at the door, because in that case everybody's like, who's this? But now it's different. Someone is saying, yo, this is this and this and this, and then it becomes easier. Or maybe also, if maybe you have same interest with Germans, maybe you do the same sport, or you go to the same class or something like that, then it's also much easier to make friends with Germans. And yeah, and then often Germans are, how do Germans make friends? Germans often make friends through basically the same things that I just mentioned, and mostly through school. You would find people that are 30 years old, and then I ask, yo, how did you guys meet? They're like, we met in kindergarten. I'm like, what? Kindergarten? So you've been friends ever since kindergarten? That's very common in Germany, for people to be friends for such a long time. So often they meet in kindergarten, in primary school, in high school, and they really keep a strong relationship for a long time. And that's the last thing I want to say, which is the special thing about German relationships or friendships, is that if you make friends with Germans, and if you tap the door hard enough and eventually they open up to you, you guys really become amazing friends, and you will see that Germans are really, really amazing people. And when you become friends with them, then they become really, really good friends with you. Yeah. From myself, Duduzana Mqaba, thank you for watching this video. Like always, please subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed.